Hi everyone, it's me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian, but I have been living here in the UK for the last 7 years. Now, recently, I went on holiday to Italy. Yes, it was a great time. Thank you so much for asking. And yes, I ate too much pasta. If you would like to see more about my Italy trip, that is going on Patreon, but that is not the point of this video. If you don't want to join me on Patreon, don't worry, I'm not offended, just a little bit. I'm just kidding. Join me on Instagram. I post all my photos there. While I was on holiday in Florence, had a lovely time, ate so much, saw so much, I actually missed England. Now for British people watching, they're probably like, literally who cares? Okay, what's your point? My point is that I am not English. I am not British, and I never will be. And yet, while I was abroad, while I was on vacation, I missed England, which as an expat is such a weird feeling. So I have a list of all of the British things that I missed while on holiday. So without further ado, let's go. Number 1, British customer service. Here's the thing, I love Italians. Italians, if you're watching, just kidding, only British people watch my videos. If Italians ever happen to see this, I love Italians. And I do love that they are so theatrical and dramatic. Italians literally do not care whether you like them or not. And I admire that. But let me tell you, after about 6 days of Italian customer service, Italians just being like a little bit miserable and they literally do not care about you. Yeah, I missed the British customer service that I know and love. Number 2, while I was away, guess what? I missed my bed. I'll go ahead and say it. I missed my bed and my pillows. I love traveling. I love going on holiday. Of course, I moved to a foreign country. I love experiencing new cultures, but let me tell you, maybe it's with age. Can I say that? Maybe it's with age that I just like my bed. I like my pillows. I like my setup. I sleep in a very specific kind of way. And being on holiday, being in Florence, being on an old mattress with one tiny little thin pillow, it's not ideal. And when I came home, got home from Gatwick, had a shower, put new bedding, like new sheets on and stuff, and then went to sleep that night. Oh my God. Just beautiful. I don't need a lot of stuff in this life. I just need good pasta and my bed and pillows. Number 3, something that I miss from the UK are free museums. Now, this is something that I never will get over because it is truly fabulous. When you go on holiday to London, as so many millions of people do every year, of course, you want to do the museums. And really, the museums are free. Now, sometimes you have to pay to get into like a special exhibition or whatever, but on the whole, they're free. Okay, do you understand? Talking with my hands, they're free. Now going to Florence, an absolutely beautiful city, overwhelming amount of art and culture and history and architecture and statues for a price. So pretty much everything that we did had a ticket entry fee, right? Not just like for special exhibitions or whatever, just to get into the museums, to get into the galleries, there is a fee. And it's not like £1 or £2, you know, there is a proper fee. Now you would hope that all of that tourist money goes into the city, goes into maintaining all the monuments and the museums and the galleries and all that kind of stuff. But it really starts to add up after a while. So I can only imagine if you went like with a family, a couple of kids, maybe, it starts to get really expensive, which is something that you really take for granted here in the UK. London has some of the best museums I've ever been to. The British Museum is one of my all-time favorites. I have been so many times and I still haven't seen everything in it, and it's free. So British people, I know we love to make fun of London and we love to make fun of the UK naturally. There is something about free museums that I do think a lot of people take for granted. Number 4, something that I really missed, and it's kind of, as an expat, it's a weird concept, my British routine. So again, not British, and I will not pretend to be British. But here in the UK, I have built myself a routine. And of course it changes over the years. I've worked a variety of different jobs. I have lived in a variety of different towns and villages. So, as things change, my routine changes. But honestly, being on holiday after a couple of days, I was really looking forward to getting back to my British routine. My local gym, my favorite local cafe, my favorite yoga class that I've been going to, my favorite pub, my favorite British food and drink, and my favorite British TV shows that I watch at night. Just like, it's my routine. And it does feel weird that I am a foreigner, but I am missing my foreign routine. I don't know if any of this makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Number 5, if I've been counting correctly, number 5 is British sense of humor. I really missed it. I never thought that I would miss the dry, sarcastic, self-deprecating humor that the Brits are known for, but let me tell you, I did. And of course, Italians are very funny. They have a very different sense of humor for the ones that speak English. And of course, dealing with tourists, they have a certain type of humor. And some of the situations we came across in Florence, very funny Italians. But I did miss that just dry, sarcastic, deeply funny sense of humor that the Brits have. Because at this point, honestly, it's comforting, which I never thought I'd say that, but here I am. And with that, number 6, can we just say English? Being able to communicate at all. I have so much respect for expats and foreigners who come to the UK who have to learn English. I have tried learning other languages, and let me just tell you, not successful. As a Canadian, we have to learn French in school up until a certain age. Once we got to that age where you could drop French if you wanted to, let me tell you, I dropped French so quickly. I just can't. It is a very humbling experience to be in a country where you do not speak the language. Now, of course, Florence is quite a touristy city, so a lot of people do know some level of English, but where we were trying to go to less and less touristy, like restaurants and bars and stuff, it gets harder and harder to try and make your point. And it's tiring, it's tough. I always feel so guilty that I'm making this person try to communicate in English. I just hate it. And at the end of the week, I was very grateful to get back to Gatwick and to communicate in English. But huge respect to people who move to a foreign country and have to learn that language. Of course, British English is quite different to what I'm used to in Canada, but it's still English. Like, it's still English, technically, right? Number 7, which I think would be a little bit controversial should any Italians see this, they never will, it's okay, is coffee. Let me explain. We had a bunch of coffee in Florence, and again, we tried to go to non-touristy places away from the monuments as best as we could. And honestly, I prefer the coffee at cafes here in the UK than in Italy. And maybe it was just those cafes, right? Like I only went to so many. Maybe it was just those particular ones or just those particular cups of coffee or just my particular experience. But I will say that I greatly missed my local coffee here in the UK. I really didn't think that I would say that or ever think that, but again, here we are. I don't know if there's perhaps a different method of brewing coffee or extraction or the type of beans or something. It was just different and it wasn't nearly as good as here in the UK. There are so many cute, really friendly, lovely, small cafes here that I just love. And one of my favorite things is to go to a new cafe here in the UK, have a cup of coffee, maybe have some baked goods. Ooh, yes, please. And I just really prefer the coffee here. So I know that's probably very controversial, just my opinion. So please don't hate me. Overall, I had such a nice time in Florence. I didn't film for a YouTube video. I just enjoyed my holiday and I had such a nice time. And being able to travel really does broaden your perspective, gives you the opportunity to experience new things, which is something that I am always chasing as an expat. But it is fascinating how even with all those new experiences and new activities and great food, the food was fabulous, by the way, I still miss my home here in England, here in the UK, even though I'm not British. Traveling just really makes you appreciate the comfort of home. And for me, in the moment, in my mind, I was thinking about here. I was thinking about England. I was thinking about the UK, which as a Canadian is just, it's a weird feeling. If you guys would like to watch more content, which would be totally awesome, check out this one where I run around my house trying to find the strangest British things. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!